On our special interview segment on Impact Yobe this week, we'll be speaking with the Chief of Staff to Governor of Yobe State, Honorable Abdullahi Yusuf Geshua. Thank you for joining us on Impact Yobe interview.
Yeah, welcome. Abdullahi Yusuf Geshua, not Honorable.
Thank you so much. How challenging has governance been in this administration?
Well, it's not as challenging as you put it as to how. Because once you opted to govern, then you should know it has to come with challenges. So these challenges are on your ability to deliver the services that are expected from you by the people. Of course, you know, government in Yobe State is purely reliable on the meager federal allocation. And at times, but before that, we have to understand from where are we coming from. This is a state that is coming out of 11 years of insurgency. So virtually, developmental in this aspect is defined as to restoring the destroyed means of life. So that is developmental. When you are talking of Yobe, we are now trying to restore back what we've lost during the 11 years of the insurgency, plus the 1 year we lost due to COVID. So it's like we are starting on a negative outing, not even zero. So we are trying to now put the place back to where it was, then make improvement as to where we want to go. So it's quite challenging, bearing in mind the cost component that is expected of us and the programs that we have set aside. So if you compare the programs that we've set aside to achieve and the funding that we are getting, then certainly if there are any challenges, it has to be with the financing. Otherwise, it's good to go. We are trying our best within the meager resources to ensure that we deliver the services expected of the government.
All right, what is the administration doing with the policy of continuity, consolidation, and innovation to boost development?
That is actually what I'm coming from, why I told you. During the last successful administrations, they made efforts to place the state among its spheres. So what we are trying to do now is to continue from where they stopped. So that is the continuation. And consolidation is to ensure all that projects that are put in place are sustained, improved upon, and maintained.
All right, as the Chief of Staff to His Excellency, what is your office doing to ensure smooth working relationship among government officials?
Well, the office is a multiple window. One, I have unlimited access to His Excellency in terms of advising, in terms of discussing policy, formulation, implementation. Second one, the office serves as a window between the various agencies of government and the governor. So what we try to do is to ensure that all proposals that are coming to the governor are clearly reviewed to ensure that they are made in the interest of the people, and to assist all these agencies to implementing these policies as defined in our cardinal principle.
All right, many projects are ongoing under this administration. So how is the administration working to ensure their delivery?
Well, we have set up a timeline within which to commission these projects. Like the markets, for example, we just commissioned the Gashua market, the ones in Potuskum and Gedem are work in progress. We are trying to ensure that these markets are completed and commissioned within the time frame for which we set to achieve. But these are on the basis of all things being equal. But you know, of recent, because of the global economic recession, certainly we have challenges as to the cash inflow. So, but however, we are looking at alternative windows to ensure that we gather the required fund and to make sure we commission them as at our target.
All right, how will you describe the relationship between the government and the people?
Well, it's a two-way traffic lane. The people usually elect a government, not necessarily the government, any government, thinking with a belief that there are certain things that the government is supposed to deliver. So the people in this regard, they have the responsibility, civic responsibility of being critical stakeholders, because it's not enough just to elect a government and sit back. It's your government, so you have a role to play as a critical stakeholder. That is one. As for the governance, certainly when you come for election shop, you come with your products. What are you selling? So you must have been elected on the basis of what you promised to achieve. So these are the two-line relationship. For the people, they've done their bit. They've elected us. They have given us the opportunity to deliver what is expected of us. And for us, we've done our best. But you know, you cannot be a judge unto yourself. So the best people to answer this question is the populace. How far have we gone? What is their rating of the government? So whatever their rating, we accept it. Where we think we can improve, we improve. And where it is okay, we still improve the okay. But as far as we are concerned by our own assessment, I think we have done quite a lot.
How would you describe the civil service workforce in the state?
Well, they're trying their best. They're trying their best. We only hope, as the governor usually used to say during public fora, that the need for continue to be called the civil service is the engine room of the government. Ours is a policy formulation, but the implementation, execution, and everything is by the civil service. So the civil service, as far as we are concerned, they are doing okay, but as the government has always been saying, there is the need for them to be patient, especially the young ones, to be able to study the senior so that there will be succession. So far, between the government and civil service have been okay, but certainly there has to be some improvements, especially from the younger ones, to be able to learn from the senior civil service that any time, you know, it's a transition. Today somebody retires, this one retires. So if the ones at the lower cadre were not given the opportunity to transit, then we will have a vacuum over time. So that is what we are trying to ensure, that through workshops, capacity building, training, so that we make sure that such gap does not exist. So we are trying to consolidate between the civil service and the government to ensure that the continuity is not about the government, it's about the government, the civil service, and the population at the same time.
All right, we know this administration has touched so many sectors, but what would you say is the major priority or priorities of this administration in terms of projects?
They are multifaceted. If you look at it, this is the only government with due respect to all previous government that in every local government area, you will see the handprint of the government. So you can't have a blanket policy in governing a state. For example, if you are talking of Damaturu, local government, for example, they have their own peculiarity in it. If you go to Bade, you go to Potuskum, Nigeria, so they are multifaceted. Each local government area has its own peculiarity. So we are defining our policy within the needs of particular local government area. So in all such, but globally, if you look at the health sector, you look at education, housing, go there. Take a walk, take a drive. You will see us doing one or two things in all the local government areas concerned. But for example, now if you talk of health, we promised to construct 178 functional, not just construction, functional health centers, out of which we've constructed over 130 something. If you look at the housing, go to every local government area, we have built about 500 to 1,000 houses. If you go to these markets, because Yobe State is a commercial-based state, we have markets in the major cities. If you go to education, you will see us constructing schools. But you know there is the invisible aspect of education, that is the capacity building. So it's not something, it's unlike construction where you build a classroom and you see it tomorrow. But capacity is an invisible investment. So it is when you are in the classroom or you're able to assess the capacity of a teacher that you will know the yield in the capacity building. So there are visible and invisible developments. The visible ones, we are talking of structures. The invisible ones, we are talking of capacity building of our manpower. We've done well.
All right, in terms of empowerment, how employment is very key. What are you doing to ensure that those that are not fully engaged in government activity are fully self-sustained?
We are planning to embark on a mass empowerment program. You see, this government business is no longer attractive because, for example, now your parents take you to school, primary school, secondary school, university. At the end of the day, you are being paid 100,000 per month. So if you divide 100,000 per month by 30 days, you will know that the value of your education is less than 3,000 per day. So we are trying to change the mentality of the people into believing that, you know, usually people are scared. You say government work, there is security, government work. That is just a loosest theory. So what we are trying to now, we are going to embark on a mass empowerment program so that those who are ready, we are going to support them. to ensuring that they embark on other economic activities that will enhance their livelihood. But all this employment, when you talk employment, I think, to me, that is my personal, it's not what I should be looking for, because I cannot finish school. I have never worked. You cannot finish school and still believe that giving 20 or 30, 50,000 a month of what is, you've gone to nursery, those who are lucky, primary, secondary, university, that is about 15 years of non-stop academic activity. And at the end of the day, you are getting 50,000 a month and you are happy, and you think that is the way out? No. We have to change our mentality into thinking outside the window. That is my take. But however, government is trying to embark on a mass empowerment program very, very soon to ensuring that all these people that are supposed to be assisted to the best of our ability, we will assist them, and we hope they will reciprocate our actions by ensuring that those items that they will be supported with are really put into active economic engagement.
Yobe is reputed for agriculture. What have you done in regards to that?
Well, we are trying to diversify. We are making moves. Recently we just returned from Egypt, the government team. We're going to discuss the setting of a modern ranch that will provide process and export meat. You know, what we do usually now is the conventional: take a cow, go to the slaughterhouse, slaughter it, put it in the tray, and go around and sell it. So now, Yobe started being the largest market. We are now trying to enter into agreement with a company in Egypt with a view to making sure we export our meat. If you look at Sesame Seed, we have the best variety in the country. So we have imported processing machines using our international cargo airport. Instead of now selling them to a third party, we want to sell them to the real consumer. So that is why we now imported our treatment machines. Once we grow them, we will buy them from the local market, process them, and export them. So that is one. And we have this labor project, about 100,000 hectares, in collaboration with Chad Basin Development, and I've forgotten the other agency. We are trying to go into full-time, all-season mechanized. We want to change the mentality of believing that farming is only for rainy season. No, rainy season is just a complementary by God. So we want to make sure the water in the sea, in the river is also by God. But definitely there's no divine this thing where you say farming is only done during rainy season. So we want to introduce all time, all year farming, ensuring that we have food security, food stability, and even food export.
All right, you briefly talked about the Cargo International Airport. Yeah. Would you want to share with us what are the benefits, the future benefits of constructing this massive project?
For example, now, let's look at the cost component. From the day it was conceived, the value of Naira at that time, and the value of Naira today. If we want to construct this airport today, it will have cost the state government about 300 times the value it was initially conceived. One, the state is going to be a hub for business activities. We are neighboring Chad, Cameroon, Niger, and other state is the only cargo international airport in the zone, in the entire northeastern state. So once it is going to open up the state, it's going to open up business activities, and it will engage our people into economic activities that will supplement and complement their lives.
All right, lastly, let's talk politics. Yobe is popularly known with APC. Yeah. And now the election is forthcoming. How ready is the state to ensure its dominance in the forthcoming election?
Yobe is one big small family. One big small family, big within or small maybe within the country. As far as we are concerned, it's not about the APC. It has been APP, AMPP, APC. That same strategy, that same contractual engagement between us and the people is what we are going to sell out again. Because if you have not been delivering, certainly would have been voted out of office. So as far as we are concerned, we are good to go. If election is holding tomorrow, we are ready. And we are sure by the grace of God we are going to record 100% outing.
We've been speaking with the Chief of Staff to Governor of Yobe State, Abdullahi Yusuf Geshua. Thank you so much for coming, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.